What up, guys? We're going to do another reaction video here, and this video is pallet wall.
It just was labeled Sunday at the compound, and what you guys end up doing is messing with the pallet wall.
Got it. So there's probably a few of these. Do we see the final pallet wall in here?
You're staining. I don't know how far it goes.
Got it. Okay.
I don't know if we see the entire thing, but you started it.
So when we're done here, we should go in there and actually show them the pallet wall at the end of it. Okay. So I'm going to hit the space bar here, and we're going to start playing this. This is a reaction video. That'll slide around, yeah. Left skid marks. When is this?
June 25th, 2017.
So not 17.
2017. It was 6 years ago.
So when we make these videos, there's a lot of staging. I don't know if I do it here, but like somebody set this camera here. By somebody, I mean me. I went in here, set this camera in here, pulled all this shit in here, and then I probably go pick the camera up. So when you see a 15-minute video, that's hours and hours worth of staging. And a lot of times, like if you see us drive like a razor and you see the razor coming and then it gets closer and then it passes and then you see it from behind.
It's like
I drove that 5 or 6 times and moved that camera 10 times to get that shot. So Gabby probably did this video.
Oh yeah, cut it all together.
I don't remember that intro, so hopefully it's not so good.
Lights off.
That was cool.
All right, baby head and I are going to cut all of this down, smooth it all out, trim it up.
It looks pretty much the same
so that
right
we can
now.
get to the fruit trees without all the grass around and shit. And it just looks a lot different with all the gates and everything there.
And the big, huge road up the way.
So we're going to fix it. He's going to push the push mower around where we can't get with the big mower. We have the 4-wheeler with the trailer to dump all the clippings to, so we would do that because we wanted the clippings because we were going to take them and put them in the chicken pens. The chicken pens would eat all the bugs out of there, spread around all those seed heads, and in theory kind of plant that, and then they would also eat that stuff. Take them and use them in the chicken pens. I'm going to mow along the highway and the bigger pieces. And then we've got the 4-seater out just for runs next door and runs back and forth for fuel and, you know, whatever. We have it, so might as well use it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
This is going to be interesting.
Why?
Third time doing it.
We've done it a bunch of times. It happens. I mean, you got to take pride in what you own. Right?
These are already fogging up.
If you own it, you don't want it to look like shit, right?
That's true.
Okay. All right, so it's 6 o'clock. What's this say? Don't hate me because I'm black. Is that what that says?
I think so.
It's about AR-15s.
Yeah, it was your black gun.
Those Tilly hats. I still wear those. So those hats were $65 and they were $120. Come from Australia. It's the best boonie hat you will ever find.
Every time we have an event, people try to buy them.
I've got 5 or 6 of them, and I can't find them anymore in multicam. They only come in like lame blue and tan and shit. Mowed, trimmed. Yeah, no shipping container. So that skid steer right there, I rented that for 2 years almost. And they're like, yeah, we bought 2 of these. For what you've paid us to rent these, we paid off 2 brand new Kubota machines. Pulled weeds all over. We've got all. There's that stupid $500 ice chest in the back there that holds, like, you open up that big ass ice chest,
the Yeti,
and it holds like a 6-pack. It's got a tiny hole in the middle of it. It's super insulated. The equipment washed off now. He is taking a shower. And I am going to get a clear edge, get all this grass under control with some Roundup. Yeah, I know. Monsanto's the devil, but
I still say that same thing today.
you can't have good without evil, I guess. And I'm going to spray a clear demarcation line where I do not want grass, and up here under the diesel tanks. and
Still,
shit.
grass still grows perfectly right there.
Are you still at the front gate?
No, we're at the back around by the fuel tanks.
What I noticed today is you guys cleared out when you're looking at the front gate, the left-hand side, like 2 months ago, and it's all completely overgrown again.
Completely overgrown.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. He's going to get cleaned up, then I'm going to shower, and then we're going to work on our pallet wall inside some. We're going to do some woodwork, I think. All right, so Babyhead and I are going to
You needed a haircut.
work on some of this wall.
I always need a haircut.
You won't let me shave it short again.
Well, in another place, but similar to this. So what we did is we found with all the pallet wood,
Sounds like the torch is already running.
but a lot of it, while it's small and large, there tends to be about 20 different sizes. So when you're trying to get it to run,
You're just holding the camera,
trying to
not
get it to run
a handle.
in strips, you have to have it the same size. Otherwise, it steps and you have gaps in it, like what you see right here. So we took a bunch of them, and I shaved them down into 3 and 4 sizes.
But what's that noise in there? The AC unit, maybe?
Probably.
And
There's
what
you.
we're going to do now is we're going to burn them. We're going to torch them.
Are you what? So there's no the real staircase isn't in there.
That is the real staircase, I think.
I don't think so. I think you were standing against a wooden. I think the wooden rail was up there. Let's see.
With the weed dragon torch, which I don't see. Where is the torch? There it is.
That's a wooden staircase.
We're going to use this torch right here, which is going to bring the grain out and the wood heavy, and then we're going to stain it. So we'll show you some of that in a minute. All right, so we've got some wood laid out. This is the weed dragon. This comes as a kit from Tractor Supply. You can get them all over the place. Amazon has them. I think I've done a review on them on our Amazon channel. Anyway.
I don't even know what these shirts are. We weren't really running shirts, and people sent me shirts all the time. They're like, "Hey, I watch your videos. Here's some shirts." I have no idea whose fucking shirt this is I'm wearing.
But I'm looking at all those old videos. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that company was like really popular for like a month, and then I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I don't know whose shirt this is, but those are Katanica shorts.
It's SOE, the SOEblog.com. Anyways, pressurize it. Give it a little gas. Are you filming this or are you filming me? And it has
Look at all the shit laying around. So there is a computer table. I don't know where that came from. I mean, I know it, but I don't know where it went or why it's there.
It's the one that he sits at and I sit at every day.
That one is?
Yeah.
And then that Jeep, we got that from like the NRA banquet or something. Where's that at?
I have no
Who'd we
idea.
give that thing to?
All your tarps are burned up.
That's why the laser didn't burn them up.
That's
'cause
what I was
they're
gonna say.
blue.
All the tarps are blue, so the animals will be fine. Perfect Oakley O.
So the when you're torching these out, you'll see a lot of moisture come out of these boards. We just had a conversation the other night. People were talking about pallet boards, and you can buy pallets and tools. I own every tool there is to break pallets down. Probably $1,000 worth of pallet tools. I've got all kinds of stuff for air operated shit that drives the nails through. I've got stuff that pulls the nails. I've got big jack things to pull the pallets apart. You can sawzall them. For like $20, you can buy a pallet that comes in a box already broken down from Home Depot. And I bought 20 of those, and a semi truck pulls up, and they just pull them out, and then you just open a box. The wood's been sitting for a long time, and when you torch it, moisture still comes out of that wood. The other thing when you torch these, kills any bugs that's on them. Now you can torch them and then stain them and they look cool, or you can stain them and then torch them and get a bit different color. There's a good contrast with them. You can also go on Marketplace or Craigslist and just search pallet wood, and there's tons of these pallet companies that before they've assembled the pallets will sell you the wood before they're even together. There's a bunch of dudes with little homegrown sawmills and shit, and you can go buy pallet wood, and it'll all pretty be consistent in size, and it's way cheaper. And if you're honest with yourself and you're paying yourself even minimum wage, it is never cost effective to take a pallet apart yourself. The little money you're going to pay, even if you're getting your pallets free, the money you're going to pay to buy just the wood is going to be way less than the money you're going to save if you pay yourself minimum wage. If you factor in your labor to this, it's never cost effective to break these things down.
I like to put a little color on the edges.
Also, that head of that torch is super hot. When you leave it on the ground and it sits next to the hose, it'll melt. You'll get a little pinhole piss through there. So always put that thing back in that metal cup, because the metal cup dissipates the heat, and that's a safe place for it to be.
They're not perfectly square. They got bows, they got curls in them and stuff. And when we put them on, sometimes you'll see the edge between them. So if you throw a little color on there, it doesn't look like just raw wood. We're going to take them and stain them. But what this does, heating it where the sap is, it just burns it more. And you can see what it did here. And it's just, it turned it black. So all I do at this point is do the others and then come back and grab the first one, throw them up there and put our stain on them. And when we started doing this, we were just using 1 or 2 colors of stain, but I really liked the red and the blue and the purple, and I like the color to mix. We're going to try something a little different on this little wall. It's just where you come up the spiral staircase on both sides of that wall, from like the living room area, the lounge area where the television is. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to stain these up, and then we'll come back and show you, well, we're going to burn them, and then we're going to show you how we stain them. So go ahead and turn that. All right, it's on. You film. Okay, so these are the stains we used, and basically it's a clear tint base. Minwax, we got these at Lowe's. It's the same stuff.
I'm still working out of those same cans. Like, I've added a few more, but I've never even used a whole can of it. I just use the rags, right, for painting. I just dip those in there and use the rag to apply it with. I don't. Maybe I use a roller every now and then, but even that,
not typically,
because I throw the rollers away. I just get the colors I want. I buy a pack. It's like 100, terry cloth rags. It's not terry cloth, it's old T-shirts, and that's what I stain them with. And then I just throw them away. And I always have a liner. I usually work right out of the can, so I'm not even using like a mix. But sometimes I'll dump them in there, and then I'll add water to it, so it gives me different. Yeah, exactly.
Used on the wall right back there. I'm going to try using. We brushed them before, and I would mix them with water, so they weren't as bold. I want to find that old.
I put them in Rubbermaid containers, the little shoebox containers that we keep all our plastic and shit in and job
There's
orders.
one right here.
Yeah, that's what I was using. That's what I typically use. And then when I'm done, I just rinse it out with the hose.
Clean as look. But I see guys on YouTube using a claw.
Yeah, see the wooden rail in there and the wooden staircase?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So that's what we're going to try this time. It's just, and I'm not sure whether to dab it or how to do it. So
I don't know how to fold
we're
it
just
or
gonna try
scrunch
this
it.
and see. Yeah, it's way dark. I don't think that's how I want it.
Is that black or
What I've
blue?
seen it is they'll do. Well, granted, I've only seen you do linseed oil, but they'll take the rag and they'll pour.
Okay, I take back what I just said. I think I actually did use a roller. I think they have this little 4-inch roller, and I buy a package of them, and then I don't ever clean them. Like, if you're going to use it, you just put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the refrigerator, and it'll. I don't know why we put them in the refrigerator, because Gina said put them in the refrigerator. But if they're in a bag, I don't think they'll dry out anyway.
Yeah, that's what I did when I painted my office.
Onto the rag.
pour it onto the rag. Having the water will mix with it. Because this isn't oil based.
Diffuses the paint some.
It's a water based clear tint, and they mix the pigment in there. This smells like coffee. No, it really does. So having the water will definitely tone it down and help it smear. And then like where it won't go, the water really gets it down in there and tints it down inside. So
I like
I
that
think
color.
that when this dries,
It'll be a
have
lot better.
You should. You walk past it every day.
to it than
Is
a,
that blue?
I
that
think so.
blue's nice.
Man, I took a long time to say a little bit of.
What's some other unit doing? What's some other unit doing?
I have no idea. Probably mixing stuff for the pancakes.
We had Ann of all trades came out, and she was talking to us a couple SRFs ago, and we're like, man, we're just not getting like people aren't interacting, and we're not getting the views that we should be getting. And she's like, maybe your content sucks. Looking at this, I'm like people are like, man, Instagram shadow banning me. I go, they're probably not shadow banning you. You only have like 200 followers. You're probably not shadow banned. People just, you're not making content people interacting with.
Well, but here's the thing: you still just did it because you get these guys like, oh yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna plan out. I'm gonna take 2 weeks to plan out a 5-minute video.
Yeah.
But you just evolved because you kept doing it and
Yeah.
doing it.
And there's a lot of times like I'll get an email from a dude that's talking shit or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I am going to make this video. This is how the video goes to look. And I'm like, I'll just do it tomorrow when Austin's here. And like,
Yeah.
I've already, the wind's out of my sails. If I don't do it right then, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And everything all those videos you made that sucked, well, not you,
Yeah.
whoever I'm talking to, all those videos, that's just practice for what I'm watching this video going, holy shit, I'm taking a long time and I'm not saying anything, right? My 30-minute video could have been a 5-minute video.
I was thinking, damn, I'm glad that you now have a holder for your GoPro because holding it with your hand really sucks.
So
It's very shaky.
yeah, I still had that. I just had multiple GoPros when we were doing this.
So while I have it here, I'm going to go ahead and just hit this side because sometimes these things aren't perfectly
Aligned.
not perfectly squared up, and you'll sometimes see some color coming through that side. So if we just hit it right there while we have this, then when it goes on the wall, it's going to make
Do the ends of them. See, I didn't do the ends of them.
flat spot,
Yep.
right?
I think this is the best looking out of all of them.
It is pretty neat.
Mhm.
Looks like a zebra.
Lightly toasted.
Lightly toasted.
It's not as dark.
So it's red on this one.
Lightly toasted, kind of like me today. And you. Well,
I'm not going to sit here and paint all of these, am I?
I just kind of scrubbed through it to see what was there. How long is
I don't know, but even I don't want to watch this shit, and it's me.
John's like, this is painful.
Just fast forward it to something that's interesting and tell me the timeline.
No, we're good.
Okay.
I pushed the whole time.
No, you had to.
You were the one that was on the riding mower.
That's hard work. Riding mower.
Hard to work.
You have that
It's
walk
because I don't trust your ass doing stupid things. I know you're gonna run over something that's gonna cut the water. Something will happen if I give you a piece of equipment that you can run through the building.
I was just thinking, so I haven't mowed my lawn in like a week and a half in Tennessee. Everything grows fast, and I'm not going to be able to do it this weekend. I was like, why do I have to do it? And I'm like, because if I tell somebody else to do it, something's going to break.
Yeah, not only that, like you need to go walk that, right? Because
Yeah.
what if there's a cable now in there or a dog chain?
Yeah.
And then when you mow it, you can't just cut it how you want it to be because it's so tall. You have to cut it at the maximum height,
And
which
then go
is
back.
probably 5 inches. Because if you
Yeah.
blow all that grass out there, it's going to sit and kill all the grass that's on top of. So you really need to cut it today at 5 inches and then go out there tomorrow and mow back over all of it so it takes all that grass and dissipates it, and then go back in a couple days and cut it down to 3 inches, because if you cut it at 2, it's going to be too short, and if you don't get rain for a few days, it's going to kill your whole lawn.
Yep.
It's a whole fucking process, man. It's actually faster just to mow once a week and keep it shorter.
Mine with it propels itself, so really, yours is a lot easier.
That weed whacker was fun for about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mom said, he said he got to do it. I said, I don't think that's how he feels about it.
Who said that?
I don't think got to, like it was a,
Privilege,
yeah.
not something fun.
I got to ride the motorcycle, I got to ride the four-wheeler, I got to, I don't think the weed whacker fits in with that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. But when I was getting those weeds in the chicken pen, I cut my hand. Like,
Yeah, barely.
It'll be okay.
that's actually the first time I've
that what I
accidentally cut
said?
myself since
Yeah.
It doesn't even get like noticeable.
Cut my finger off. You'll be all right. You only need 4.
that's the first technical cut since
It's a paper cut.
it's not
What'd you cut yourself with?
a plant.
That's a paper cut.
Paper comes from plants. The fan, that's what that noise
Cut
was.
something off and get sewn back on. We'll talk about it.
I almost cut my Achilles tendon that one day, remember?
Where does he come up with this shit?
He's too smart for his own good. That's where he,
He
comes
doesn't
up
have a
with this
clue what
shit.
he's fucking talking. He doesn't know where his.
I guarantee you, he knows where his.
He didn't know
Achilles
where his
tendon is.
Achilles tendon was.
That was sheer carelessness. Right?
Oh, it's called That Was a Crappy Sheath.
Oh, because he dropped his knife. That's
Yeah,
right.
it was a crappy sheet, nonetheless. You hadn't been messing with it.
Yeah, he wasn't
That
supposed
knife
to be
didn't
messing
come out
with
of a
it.
crappy sheath and fucking fall on your leg by itself. Shake this one up.
That's the
It's
bright
really
blue.
bright.
Royal
When we were buying these, I bought a bunch of different colors, and I'm like, I'm not going to like this. But that actually turned out to be one of the better colors.
Yeah.
That color there, I use it pretty consistently.
blue, kind of.
It's really good for like an American flag.
It's really good to make sure the lasers don't hit us. We should buy that and paint the building that color.
I don't want a blue building. We're gonna, if we redo buildings or build new buildings, they're gonna be white with black trim.
But I like the blue.
Well,
I
no.
like the brush better.
Because it doesn't take as much effort.
No, not at all. I think the brush looks better.
Yeah. Well,
The brush is more consistent for sure.
not for much, really, but
I really kind of think the brush doesn't use as much
Product.
because it's just on the tips.
paint either.
Because if you painted a wall with a rag, you'd take a lot more paint. Because a lot of it gets absorbed into the rag itself.
So if this was 2017, he was 13.
And again, on the sides, I'm not looking for full coverage. I'm just looking for a little color in case you see it with the board next to it. In case they don't meet up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeps it from having. I'm not telling you. I'm telling
People.
whoever's watching this.
Yes.
I know you know.
Yeah, I've seen you do this a bunch.
And then gloves. Wear gloves when you're doing this.
Okay, go ahead and cut it off so we can finish all these. You can go ahead and torch the rest of those.
Okay.
And then we'll come back when we start stapling them on the wall.
Okay. Cut and bye, guys.
Well, that was painful. Holy shit.
But it's
Is that
interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
it. It's interesting because that's one of those things where now that's part of this building that everybody sees all the time, and it was just you guys messing around on
Yeah.
a Sunday.
Yeah.
You know?
People keep asking if I've used the sewing machines yet, and I haven't because I'm going to actually put a pallet wall right there, which I also haven't put in there, right? So I got to put the pallet wall, build the black pipe shelving, then put the sewing machines, then put all the LED lighting. So
Yeah,
I
and
just-
I bet you you clearly planned that out, but I bet you it wasn't like a long time plan. You were like, let's go get some wood and do this real quick.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. We've got more. I have tons of pallet wood.
Yeah.
I bought a trailer load full of pallet wood from a a pallet shop. And then I've got a bunch of those Home Depot ones broken down. I've got a bunch of them already painted. We just need to staple up into position.
Yeah.
We just fucking, I'm like, I should do this. And then there's 12 other things that seem a lot more fun to do.
Yep.
So it just hasn't been done. All right, guys. Well, there we go. We will we'll do another one of these next week. If you guys are interested, leave comments. And if you like them, we'll continue to do them. Right?
Correct.
All right.